Good morning.
Good morning.
Day 4. We're leaving our camp at Guitar Lake, and we're going up.
At the base of
We're
that
going
right there.
up all the way to the top of Mount Whitney. It's about a 5-mile hike, and about 3,000 foot of elevation, because we're at 11,500 now, and it's roughly
It's 14,505.
So we got to gain 3,000 feet of elevation. The good news is we can leave our tent and all of that tenting material and gear here, because we're gonna come back down this way. So the starter end, a terminus of the John Muir Trail is the very top of Mount Whitney, and obviously you have to get there to start. So there's no, it's kind of weird to start a trail at the top of a mountain, but that's the way it is.
Yep.
And so it will have taken us 30 miles to get to the start of our hike on the John Muir Trail, but that's what we're gonna go do, get up there so we can start.
Up we go for about 5 miles.
This is the alpine shooting star. Grows in wet areas from 8,000 to 11,000 foot elevation, which is exactly where we found it. The plants that grow at this high elevation have a super short growing season, and you'll notice they all are short and growing close to the ground, and that's an adaptation to respond to the high evaporative demand of the environment around here. Not only is there a super big UV index, high UV index, but when the wind blows, it will just rip water through transpiration out of the plants. So they all grow low to the ground and have a super short growth and flowering season. We're right on the edge of the flowering, but they're awesome plants. To think of living in this habitat as your home is pretty cool.
All right, here's a nice view backside of Whitney, looking down to Guitar Lake, where we started and camped. Just right about in the middle of this screen, there's a little outcropping of rock that kind of goes into the lake. That's where we camped.
Right in the center of the screen on the rock is what looks like a juvenile white-crowned sparrow. And the parent is over to the right, hopping around, flying in. I don't know if you can see that. It's a mom and baby. Okay, we've been hiking for an hour. We've gone just over a mile, and there's our destination, Mount Whitney. But to get there, we have to go about just under 2 miles up to Trail Crest, which is a pass over there. So hopefully in the next hour, we're at least halfway up those switchbacks. It's a pika. They're related to rabbits. And they spend all summer foraging and eating. And they have crazy metabolism because they don't actually hibernate in the winter. They have underground little burrows. And they create little stashes of food to sustain them through the winter. They make an adorable little cheep cheep noise. Uh-oh, bye. We're at about 12,300 foot and very few plants are able to grow here. They're now very hard to find and see. There's this tiny little clump right there. But reality is there's just not enough oxygen this high to sustain life, cellular respiration. So not much is able to grow here.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You're crazy.
I know. I think I ran the equivalent of like maybe 80 yards at the most. Yeah. What a lung workout. Basically at 12,300 feet-ish, we are on the shadow side of peaks that are over 13,000 feet. This is such an amazing place. You earn every step, every mile, and you're rewarded with this kind of stuff. Look at this. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Behind me, over here, are Upper and Lower Hitchcock Lakes. And then way back down yonder is where we camped, down at Guitar Lake. But yeah, way over there. Anyway, having a great hike coming up. It's cool. The temperatures are great. We're in a big shadow from these peaks that are just above me to my left. And they're just under 14,000 foot, these peaks. So they range from, the passes at 13,000. And then they go up to Whitney at 14,505. So that snow patch, and then just above my head, you can't see it, but that's where the Mount Whitney summit is. So that's it. Oh, Gretel's back there enjoying the plant life.
One thing that is able to grow up here is lichen. Not sure if you can see the orange patches growing on that granite and the black. Lichen is a symbiotic mutualistic relationship between an algae and a fungus. The algae performs photosynthesis and the fungus provides a home. And the kind we're seeing now is the kind that grows flat up against the rocks, which is called crustose lichen. There's also other types that are more leafy folios. This is crustose. And up there, there's some yellow and some orange, some sagey green, and some black. And those are living things made of cells with DNA, doing all their biology. So cool. We're 2 hours in. We are looking west now, down at Hitchcock and Guitar Lakes. And we have 0.8 mile to 7 switchbacks, 0.8 mile to make it to the Trail Crest Pass. And from there we go about 1.9 miles to the summit up of Mount Whitney. So things are good. I'm so glad we don't have heavy packs right now. It's so much easier. Our packs are maybe 10 pounds at this point with the water and everything.
Yeah, total pack. It's maybe a little bit more than that, but
yeah.
not by much.
Not by much. It's not the 35 pounds that we typically are carrying when we have all of our food and camping gear. So. What are they doing here? Life finds a way. If they're here, there's a pollinator here too.
When you're on this trail, you get to see some impressive sights, not only the scenery, but the trail maintenance. Look at the structure and the laying of all that granite to fill up this huge gap. A bit of a collier here. A little bit of snow left, but this is the kind of stuff you have to appreciate, along with seeing all that. Don't look down.
I think this is 5. 2 more switchbacks.
Woohoo!
Okay.
That backpack surplus and more.
Next up, 2 miles that way to that summit.
All right, we just left the junction to come up to the Whitney summit. Something we couldn't do 10 years ago, but here we go. Got some serious trail to be walking through here. Pretty gnarly stuff. Damn. So crazy. What scenery.
On our way up to Mount Whitney, I'm sure I've seen the last living things. And then here they are, just like living their best life. At what, probably 13,500 feet or something like that.
Oh yeah, don't look at him.
Looking east through some of the pinnacles down at Owens Valley, 10,000 feet below, eastern escarpment of the Sierra Nevada. And then here's the trail. And I think, nope, there's Curtis. Just popped right over the trail. You can see how granite slabby. There's some steep steps as we're heading towards the summit. Yeah, that's the east. Look at Owens Valley.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, we camped down there.
We did camp down there 10 years ago when we were just driving through that valley 4 days ago. Just can't with these plants. We're at 14,400 feet and they're still growing.
1440.
14,040 feet and they're still growing. Don't they know life is supposed to have limits?
You got this. Look at you bringing it home.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
Woo! Way to go, baby. Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, we're at 14,430 feet, just shy of the summit. There's the summit hut. Here's us with the Sierra behind us. Some clouds, so we're just gonna get up, do some photography.
Yep, and try to get down as quick
and
as
get down.
because the clouds aren't looking nice.
Yep, but holy cow, this is hard, but also epic.
It's amazing.
It's awesome. This is the summit hut, erected in 1909. Look at that view. Today's the 20th. Signing the register and the log. Do you want to say anything?
This is awesome. It was hard, but worth it. Glad we both made it.
Yep, good job. Gretel von Bargen was here.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Issaquah, Washington. Biology for life.
Well, here's the view from top of Mount Whitney looking back down into Lone Pine. What a view.
We made it.
This is the summit of Mount Whitney. This was
Celebrating with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 other
13 other people. This peak is the highest point in the contiguous United States, which means the 48 states that are all connected, not Hawaii and Alaska. And this was first summited in 1870s. Well, first recorded summit. And it's named after Josiah Whitney, who was a California Geological Society surveyor. And it's just so awesome to be up here. This is a place that takes a lot of work to get to.
Oh, totally.
And I don't know, I saw you get a little emotional. I'm still kind of a little emotional being here. It's just like so much work to get here, and it means just a lot. So, good job, us.
Good job. Yep. We'll enjoy the rest of the time up here, but we'll have to turn around soon because the clouds don't look like they're playing well.
Yep.
So
And we got to get all the way back down to Guitar Lake anyways.
Yep, 5 miles back down.
5 miles all the way back down. So it'll be a 10-mile day, which is pretty good. So good job.
This marks the start of our hike on the John Muir Trail, the top of Mount Whitney. John Muir Trail marked September 5th, 1930. And from here, we start walking
Downhill.
down to Yosemite. Okay, we're hoping that gray rain stays away. Looks like it might be moving south of us, so fingers crossed we can make it back. Feels like we have sunny skies right now above us, so yay us.
This is so rad. Walking through all this.
I found the pollinators. There are bees up here pollinating these flowers, growing at 14,000 feet. Life continues to amaze me. So cool.
All right, so we summited Whitney. It's quite the day leaving Guitar Lake and making it up. And emotional for a couple of reasons. Finally got to climb up the tallest mountain in the contiguous United States, which is rad. My father-in-law had done that in 1985. So I get to share that experience now. And I got to do it with that lady right back there. Gretel.
Hi.
Good job.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
That was hard.
It was. Look at this beautiful sky. Nothing has fallen on us yet, but the color is just incredible. I'm on a switchback, and there's Curtis on the next switchback below me. And over here, the third lake on the right is our destination.
We're making good progress coming down these ginormous switchbacks, but the rain has definitely moved in.
It did start raining on us. We've got our head to toe rain gear on, including rain pants that we're glad we brought. And it's been about 2 hours since we left the summit, so I think we probably have just about another 2 miles to get down to Guitar Lake, where hopefully our camp is safe and sound and ready for us to snuggle in. The trail has become a little bit of a creek. And way out there on that flat, you might see Curtis with his green pack cover. There he is. Okay, we're home. Tent's still standing, so that's a win. Good engineering. What time is it? Okay, good. All right, I need some water.
Good evening.
Okay, we're back after a pretty hard day. 10 miles, it doesn't seem like much.
10 miles does not sound like much.
Yeah, but when it's to the tallest mountain in the lower 48, it's... Think about, Curtis, at some point today, you and I were the highest standing people in the entire...
Yeah, along with like 15 of our closest friends.
Yeah, but for a minute, it was just us up there.
Us, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. We had a thunderstorm, but mostly the thunder and lightning stayed away. It was just the rain that hit us as we came down.
Yep.
And it's just up, 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 down, down, down on rocky granite trail.
So the lake we're at now,
Guitar Lake.
Guitar, is at what elevation?
11,500.
And Whitney is 14,505. And so when you say those quickly, it doesn't sound like much, but when you go do it,
Yeah.
dramatic trail. The switchbacks, meh, whatever. You get to the cutoff to either go back over to the eastern side, which would be down Lone Pine, or what's the
Trail camp?
trail? Not trail
Lone
camp.
Pine,
The
Bishop, Eastern Sierra, Owens Valley. I don't know. It's
All of
all
that.
over there.
anyway, or you stay on our side, which is the
Western edge.
western edge of these mountain ranges. Anyway, you get to this junction, and then you start the trail to Mount Whitney. And it starts out real nice, perfectly laid steps, and then you get to these dramatic locations where literally on your right-hand side going up the trail, there's these giant rifts that drop straight down 3,000 feet.
Yeah. The valley is 10,000 feet below. The Eastern Sierra is really steep compared to the west.
Yeah.
The east is like this, and the west has a nice gradual.
Yeah.
And that's because they're being uplifted from the east as the North American continent kind of spreads thin and pushes these mountains up. So it's real dramatic on the east side of the Sierra.
Anyway, then you make a series of ups and downs and lefts and rights and through these little spires and craggly areas, and you kind of figure out quickly why it's a climbing mecca and why so many people want to make the summit in general. So there are tens of thousands of people that try to get the permits at the Whitney portal. That was the word I was looking for. And then there's a bunch of people like us who start 30 miles away and to finally make it here. And I got to tell you, without getting too sappy and emotional, it was pretty awesome to be up there.
It was.
For other personal reasons too, but it's pretty rad to have been up there. And
Once in a lifetime for me. I don't think I'll ever be up there again, but this was pretty great. So we're going to sleep here tonight back at Guitar Lake.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we'll start actually moving forward with the John Muir Trail.
Well, we've already got 5 miles in.
Correct.
Technically, because the start of the trail or the finish of the trail is at the top of Mount Whitney, the dumbest location for a trail to start.
Yeah,
But-
that's all right.
so-
So from here we have 211 miles to,
Yeah.
well, now 206 miles to make it to Yosemite Valley. So,
Yep.
we're doing great. And I'm glad to be back at camp because it was cold coming down.
Yeah.
Cold and wet coming down this afternoon. So, but it's nice and sunny now, and I'm sure Curtis will turn the camera and give you a show.
There's our camp over there, by the way, middle of the screen. But look at this view. This does not suck. And Guitar Lake, for those that don't know, is shaped like a guitar. There you go.
All right. Good
say
night.
goodbye. Bye.
Bye.